So you back in working. You got your job now, bro.
Yes, I am a key set production assistant.
A key set production
Yes.
assistant. That's what's up. Is
Yes.
that? I know it took you probably a long time to get to that part, right?
It did. It
All right.
really did.
What's the first level
The first level,
in working in film? Like,
it would actually be a production assistant.
so that's the bitch.
Yeah, like, well, basically. Like, we, so, like, it's additional production assistant.
Okay.
So you come in on certain days. We might use you to literally stand in front of a door. We might use you to go grab some food. I was asked one time to go and get weed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I've been on a few sets, bro, and I know they do everything. They refill the what's that station called?
The crafty.
Crafty. Yeah, they
Yeah.
refill the crafties. They do everything
It-
everybody wants.
I mean, like,
they take out the trash. They fucking.
well, like we help out every department. So it's in the assistant director department, and basically we're in charge of logistics and safety and the extras.
Okay.
Which we call background.
Yeah, that's what I was.
That's what you were?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a guy like me,
I've done a few
right?
backgrounds.
The dude telling you which way to go, which way to stand. That was either a background
Mm-hmm.
production assistant, called extras background, or it was an assistant director. It's one of the two. And that was my job for a long time, was a background production assistant.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that did how many years did you do?
It's a long time.
The bitch,
And you're not like
the dirty work.
The entire career, you're still a bitch. Like,
Okay.
you're a bitch. Everyone's the bitch except for like maybe
The director.
the director, the actors, the producer. But everybody is somebody's bitch, pretty much. Unless you're like Ben Affleck or Keanu Reeves, and it's just like, no, like, everybody's my bitch. Like, even the director, even the writer, the guy who wrote this, he is my bitch.
Oh, shit.
As soon as they're on it, it's a wrap, bro. Like, yeah.
Everybody's gotta be a bitch.
You got to.
sometime.
In film, you got to do it, bro. Like,
Welcome, you guys. This is another episode of Pickles House. Very fun episode. I'm excited for
This is
this
dope.
one today, man. Got a very good friend of mine here in the studio at Grimtown. Shout out Grimtown Studios, baby, for sponsoring Pickles House. I appreciate that, man. We're doing good things here, but this is also one of my good friends in the scene. Like I've been watching him a long time, man. And he's been putting on shows. He's BC before COVID. He's been putting on shows, man. And I've been watching this guy. He's a very funny dude, and he is somebody to watch in our comedy scene and look out for. He's an up-and-comer in the New Orleans scene, and he's a killer here, too, bro. And I love him to death. Everybody give it up for Mike Hall.
Thanks, dog.
Hey. What's
That's
happening, my
about it.
brother? How you doing?
doing good, man. Just like trying to. Sorry, let me speak into the mic. Doing good. Just trying to make money.
Yeah.
I drive Uber. I do DoorDash, Uber Eats.
Hustling.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, just do that until the TV show starts. Yeah.
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 That's what's up, man. And, yeah, I know you make good money on the production scene, huh?
Yeah. Now it's starting to change a little bit. Before, no.
Well, you know what I
Yeah.
like about it is like you don't spend money when you work there. Like they take care of your food. I don't know. Do they give you per diem for like?
Depending on the production, yeah. Like, so I had to work in Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember thinking if I was going to get per diem or not. Because for union workers, like, so like the electricians, the camera crew, like, they're all in the union. Production assistants aren't, so sometimes it's iffy on whether or not we get the extra stuff. So I was like, we're going to get paid. And I was like, oh my God, yes.
That's awesome, man. That's a good team to be
So
on.
happy, yeah.
That's a good. They give you a hotel and everything.
Gave me a hotel. It was my first hotel that I stayed in. I remember.
Your first hotel you ever stayed
Sorry,
in?
when I like that was paid for me, and I didn't have to.
I was about to say
do anything for
you
it.
never had dirty hotel sex with a hooker, bro.
I had dirty hotel sex with a girlfriend. I was like, come on, baby, it'll be cool. Like, oh, yeah, like.
I mean, she was my girlfriend in that moment.
She was-
She was.
for $87, she better be my girlfriend. For the next 2 hours.
87. That's cheap, bro.
$87.
150.
What if like
You gotta have.
what if like a hooker just gave you like a really weird number like that? Oh, like $69.99. Like, like word, really? Like, are you just
Discount pussy? Is that what's going on? What?
It's like, where's the other dollar going? Just say 70. Like,
Right. I almost feel safer going with the $40, bitch.
Oh my God! No,
What's wrong? Now you got to go with the with at least the pussy with a guarantee at 150.
It's like 150. It's like 150. I don't want that. That doesn't feel right. But yeah, man.
That's awesome though.
Yeah.
You know, that is some fun stuff to work for a film crew. You
Yeah,
know?
man. I didn't want to do it for the longest, and I just.
You ever did background?
No. I mean, they've asked me as a production assistant, like, hey, man, you look like you would be hanging out on Bourbon Street 3 a.m. Throw on this white T-shirt. Go stand over there.
I do know you made a movie.
Yes.
Let's do some.
beautiful.
Let's do some plugging right now. Plug everything you want to do. Promote everything you want to put out there. Tell them about the movie, where they can go see it, and anything you want to.
This is going to sound so embarrassing. I forgot the name of the movie I wrote. Making Curry. Sorry.
Making Curry.
Making Curry. That is the name of a short film that I wrote in the beginning of quarantine, I feel like.
Yeah, man, you doing things in the lockdowns.
I'll say this: I was going through a really bad divorce, and there is something to say for writing something while you are like feeling some stuff.
Yeah,
because it was fuel. Like it, like she's all cool, we good. But the short after what came with it,
yeah,
I was dead set on making this movie, Making Curry, and I finished the script. I sent it to a former boss, assistant director. He's actually going to be my boss on this next project.
Okay.
His name is Eric Williamson.
Okay.
So Eric is not just an amazing assistant director, but he directs a bunch of short films whenever he gets the chance.
Cool.
This dude read my script. Usually he'll read my stuff. He's this type of friend. He'll read it, and he is so close with me, he will look at me and say, "This is trash."
Okay.
Right? Finally, one day I gave him Making Curry, and he goes like this: "This is dope."
Okay.
And he was amazing in the sense that like he put this thing together. We had people who worked in the.
It's good to have people who can give you that kind of feedback,
Dude.
like honest feedback. It's worth more than anything, and I feel any amount of dollar sign.
And like it really does. Because in film, everybody will just be like, "Yeah, man, that's good."
Yeah.
But he was like, "No, like dig deeper."
Same thing with comedy too. People would just be like, "Oh, that was a good set." No, I know what was. Good.
Yeah, exactly.
I know my standards.
It's like
I just ate shit.
yeah, it's like yeah. To you guys, I might have done great, but I know by stand up, like the other comics know.
Mm-hmm.
They know what I'm feeling right now.
Right.
Right, because and it's, but you look. You don't want to like hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah.
But you want to be straightforward. Be like, yo, like, I'm sure you'll have him on Marcus Bond.
Yeah.
Marcus Bond.
He's
really,
been on Pickles' House. He was one of the
he's been
first.
on?
Yeah.
Pound for pound, I think one of the funniest comics. Right.
Definitely.
I get off stage one day at an open mic. He walks up to me and goes like this, "Nigga, that was trash." I was like, "Oh my god!" But here's the thing, he knows, and he's done that to people. When he does that, because if you know Marcus, if you like really know him,
Yeah.
when he says that to you, it's not coming from a place of like, he's just like, "Yo, motherfucker, I've seen you do better.
Right.
What was that?" And it's facts.
Right.
So from that, I think about that, and I think I've become a better comic since. When Eric told me that my script was like, when he told me other ones was like trash, when he said that one was dope, that was like okay. And now I see why he said those others were bad.
Yeah, and I seen a little bit of it, and it's like very good production, like very good. It's like high quality.
That is the cinematographer for it, and Eric, the cinematographer, Daniel Waghorn. Daniel has probably flown. I won't throw his business out there, but he's like up there as far as drone pilots
Yeah.
for cinema.
Drone pilots?
Drone pilots for
Okay.
cinema in America.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
yeah.
the drones on the sets of movies are so fucking dope.
It's only
They're
going to get bigger
huge.
and
They're
better.
fucking huge.
Yeah.
They're fucking like, I was like, what are you doing? I was on I was doing background for a set for a movie. And what's that dude from The Matrix? Bald guy, Morpheus.
Yeah. Which, yeah, more, or Lawrence Fishburne?
It was a Lawrence Fishburne film, and they had the biggest drone I've ever seen in my life. You know,
I wonder if it was oh, that might have been Daniel. When did you do background?
it was like, it was right before the pandemic. I was doing, but when the
might have
pandemic
been
hit,
him.
I stopped doing the film stuff because I work with my dad too. So I'm like, I'm not bringing whatever. You know, I got to be careful. You know, I don't
Right.
want to get him sick because he's
Yeah.
older, and he's a legend. So I can't, I can't accidentally, I can't do that.
Right. I want to see. Pickle has a kid, and I saw the picture of your kid, and
Yeah.
just like everybody, I was like, he has his father's face.
Yeah.
He looks like his father.
He does.
And now I'm thinking about your dad, and I'm just like, yo, I bet they all look like him.
We got the ears. We all got the
Sure,
ears. The
man.
ears run in the family.
The ears running. I don't know who in my family got my ears. My stuff look like Tostito dip chips. They're just circular.
No, that's just a part of the Italian bloodline. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you mix with. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what.
It's there.
It's there. You know what
It's
I mean? Like my child has a lot in him. You know what I mean? And it's the ear still came through.
Man.
You know, like my kids got like 5 or 6 different backgrounds in them.
Like,
I want to say, but the main one is Italian and German.
and
But those Italian ears, that Sicilian ears, dude, they come out.
now your wife. Sorry, not wife, but the baby mama. She black.
Yeah.
That's
But she's more white too. You know, she's German and black.
Your kids are gonna come out looking like how textbooks say we're all supposed to look in the future.
You think?
Like, your kids are gonna be just like an amalgamation of like every race. Which ironically will probably look, your kids will look Native American, and then everyone will be like, oh.
We made full circle. That's
Full circle,
that's,
y'all.
that's what the pickle do, bro.
Oh,
it's
God.
creating the future. My pickle's
It's
creating
like,
the
man,
future.
shoot,
That's
dude.
it.
Oh God. Oh, man.
But yeah, back to your Phil. Where can people go watch it?
Vimeo. Yeah, if you look up Eric Williamson on Vimeo, all of his projects will be on there, and including Making Curry. And I was proud, man. Like to have people. Like I had costume designers from NCIS, or not costume designers, but crew members from the wardrobe department work on it, and people that have worked on like the new Queer as Folk, like who did hair and makeup, like they came to work on my short. So like people from different TV shows came in to fill a role
That's amazing.
for a production assistant script. Like that's
Amazing. That's friendship right
Yeah,
there.
it's
You know what I
like-
mean? Like people took their personal time.
right. Treating me like I was treated so well on something that I wrote. I was like, I'm so used to being a bitch. Like, I'm so
Yeah.
used to that. And they weren't my bitches because any one of them could have gotten up and been like, I'm gone.
That's
They
awesome.
would-
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful film, man.
I
Beautiful
know.
short
Look,
film.
I got a script in my head. When I get that bitch written, it's good. You understand?
It's
I'm coming to
ready
you. I'm coming to you. Let's present it.
Look, I also working in the AD department. I don't touch cameras, so I have no idea. I can set up a movie and write one.
Yeah. No.
But,
It's-
or maybe write one. We'll see. That was
yeah,
a
I think
short.
that's what everybody's going. We might
Yeah,
be able to
yeah.
get something on screen, and that's amazing that you did.
Man, thank you,
you know,
dude. Thank
that's
you,
there
dude.
forever.
It's there forever. That's something I got.
Just also like you're also coming out with a podcast. Also, I want to right now before we get too far, I want to send a shout out to another bar. This episode is sponsored by another bar, you guys. If you want a T-shirt, I have like 6 T-shirts. All you got to do is comment on this. We got show Mike Hall got. It's this one or the one Mike Hall's wearing, tie dye or black and white. You guys, if you want a T-shirt, just comment at the bottom of this episode pH balance, and I will hit you back. pH balance. That's pH plus. Getting your pH plus in. You know, I believe I have about 6 of them. So the first 6 people who want a T-shirt, hit me up at the comment on this episode, pH balance, and I'll hit you back, and we can get your contact info and everything. And also, we'll send a cool little sticker, another bar sticker to you. It's got a mystery code on it, a QR code. I can't scan it because my phone sucks. My phone. My phone's so shitty, I can't scan QR codes.
Can I scan that?
No, we're gonna keep it a mystery for him. Mike has good technology, but we're gonna keep it a mystery for y'all because I don't know what it is. Honestly, I don't. But you get a cool sticker with a mystery QR code on it as well. So go at the bottom of this episode. First 6 people will get one of these shirts, you guys, and I appreciate that. Also, Mike has a podcast.
That's right. Starting a podcast at another bar.
At another bar, where I started this podcast actually, and I'm proud to say that you're taking the slot that I used to use, and you're doing things, man. That's what we need.
The mic.
There we go. Mike's move. The mic's move. He was going to run. That mic can't move. It's in the perfect position.
He's taking the slot that I used to use, and he's doing great things with it.
Yeah.
It's like, that sounds like we're in a porn. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, it's like taking my ex-old lady and using her for a while. Yeah.
She's great, man. Rickety in all the right places.
You can have the... You can have her, bro. I don't give a fuck. Nah. Shout out to Kyle.
Dude.
Kyle is Wigginton. He is on an episode of Pickles House. Y'all can go back and watch that. He's an amazing guy.
He really is, dude. Like, I've had some really good talks with Kyle recently in the past few weeks.
Kyle's a smart dude.
Yeah.
He really is. And I was very excited to be able to get to do that with him, bro, because not only is he does the podcast with you, he teaches you how to edit, he teaches you all kinds of stuff, so he doesn't have to do it anymore.
He's one of those guys,
I
man.
get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's helping a lot more people than just you. You know, it's a lot to do a podcast. People don't realize the background stuff. So it does take up time out your week.
I feel like it's definitely making everybody shoot a film. It like you said, editing, shooting, recording audio. Like I think it's making everyone a filmmaker.
What's your podcast gonna be called?
Spotlight. I'm gonna call it Spotlight, and I'm going to put a spotlight on filmmakers in New Orleans,
I like that.
as well as comics and musicians too, man. It's
Get
just
me
like
in there, dude.
It's a real thing I want to put out there.
I could throw you some musicians. I know they got a lot of musicians out there, but you know, I know a lot of musicians because I work with my pops. And
Between you, some people that I know in the quarter, like, I want to get it out there.
yeah,
There are so many good artists in New Orleans, filmmakers, musicians, stand-up,
Definitely.
acting, improv. Acting, improv, same thing, but also 2 different things. I just want more people to know.
yeah.
Just more people to know.
I mean, definitely, man. That's what it's about for me too. I mean, we have such a great pool of talent in New Orleans, and we're the underground. We're the biggest. I feel like we're the biggest and best underground scene in America. Like I feel like we can stand pound to pound for people. And a lot of us, we got 20-year vets and we got young motherfuckers that like, dude, I'm still young in this game.
I didn't know that.
We're good at this.
There are some comics like the comics on, like, we see who frequents open mics on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
We see who frequents book shows on a weekly basis, monthly, whatever. But they're like the best comics don't really come out like that. But we know that they're performing at bigger and better places. And it's like, yeah, we're still in our infant stages of all this. Like, how many years? I've only been doing it for like, it's scattered, but like 6 years straight.
Well, I've been doing a little over 3.
A little over 3.
Like 3, February? What are we in, June?
And there's some comics that have been doing it for like 20, 30 years.
3 years, 4 months. You know, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I'm saying we got a bunch of vets also, and that's what it's about. I think we're stepping into this. You get a podcast, I do a podcast. A light just came on behind you. I was like, "Holy shit, we're
If I
hitting,
need to duck,
we're hitting on
motherfucker, let me
something.
know right now.
We're hitting on something here." God is bringing down the light on what we're talking about.
Smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them, bro. But we're bringing the scene to light, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean? For us to be able to survive, inevitably doing our craft. You know, because we work hard at this. We really do, and it's already a grind.
Seeing this, just like, yo, this is a part of it. All
Yeah.
this is a part of it, and I love it. Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what it was about. Like, I moved out of a position and let another comic come into position. You know what I mean? And that's what we're gonna keep doing. I'm trying to like
So on and so forth.
put it out there. Yeah, everybody get a podcast, because that's what these dudes did in L.A. And they went on each other's shit, promoted each other, and we could do that shit here, dog.
We can do that and get people like New Orleans. It's like we're known for music. We're known for partying, actually, more than music. That's weird.
And I
to
don't
say.
like that.
But it's like
We are known for the place you can come party, but people, that's just like for tours. Like, I was partying when I was fucking 19. You know what I mean? I did all my partying before 21. And when 21, like, yeah, most of my partying came at a younger year, and I got rid of that shit. Other people come out. I've seen so many out-of-towners come here.
They come here
and
and they
ruin
party.
their lives
Yes.
from this fucking party.
Yes. No, like this,
Like, they really do.
you either like what did Batman say, or not, or that line in Batman? You either die a hero or live long enough. Yeah, you either die from like
Know your Batman
alcoholism.
quotes. I don't.
You either die from alcoholism or you live long enough to see yourself become sober in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what it did for me. I'm like, you know,
That's
working
true.
on being sober.
Yeah. Be sober, man.
Actively working.
Be sober of
Yeah.
mind. But you're doing big things. So you got your podcast coming out.
Got podcast coming out every Sunday. We're not going to release it every Sunday, but that's when I go out and.
What day you
shoot
think
it.
you're gonna be releasing and where?
It's probably gonna. It's not probably. It's gonna be on YouTube.
It's gonna be on YouTube.
It's gonna be on YouTube.
Cool.
And in 2 weeks we'll have it. We'll have the first episode out. I got to speak with Kyle to figure out an exact date on that. It's been
Well, 2 weeks is when this is dropping.
Okay.
So what's it called again?
Spotlight.
Go check out Spotlight on YouTube, you guys. You got anything else you want to plug?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be going. See, and this is the thing about like comedy festivals, because it's either gonna be like you just go for the experience. You just go
Yeah.
for the experience, and you go to meet other comics and just learn. So I'm going to the Portland, Maine Comedy Festival.
Okay.
Which I said it all like that because it's like that doesn't mean that I'm like amazing or anything. That just means I sent in a
You
video.
got in.
I sent in a video, and then someone saw it, and that person was probably like half dead.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, this guy can go.
I'm gonna start submitting. The festivals next year. I gave myself an extra year.
Yeah, like
You know?
we should do that as like a vacation. Like instead of like, we should all go out on actual vacations as comics, but we should also like go out and meet other comics because
Yeah.
we're in our scene. We like when we do go out, it's every now and again, and you know, like if I go out to visit back home in LA, I might not get any spots, but if I submit to a festival, you know, go out and see a new place and
Right.
freaking, you know,
Plan that shit.
plan it, man.
It's
plan a
something
vacation.
that I get the
Where you
fucking
can learn
plan
your,
around.
your craft. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, I figured like let me get one more year under my belt before I start doing it. I mean, I could have, but I didn't really have a good tape either. I think I just got the one we just did a show, the Comedy Jam.
That was such a good night.
At another bar.
Pickle murdered
It was-
for 10 hard minutes. And I was looking at Pickle murder, and then I was just, it had that moment a lot of comics had. I was like, oh my God, I'm next. So did I bring my notebook? No, I said I was going to leave it because I'm a dick.
Nah, man, you did great.
Thank
You
you,
went
man.
up there.
We
and
both did, yeah.
Yeah, Marcus did
Yeah,
too.
yeah, man.
That was a great night. We're gonna keep doing that shit.
Keep doing it,
I love
yeah,
it. Cause that was the first kind of like book show I've ever done at another bar, and
It's such a good room.
it's a great venue for it. It really is. You know what I mean? I
It's-
didn't realize we were gonna pack that room in like we did.
I I went on Eventbrite and
And
did
we
the
all
social
made
media
20.
thing, but
We all
you never know what's gonna happen. You just never know.
we,
That was a good night,
right? Yeah.
yeah,
And we even came out with $22 a piece.
dude. And I was like, we could
We
have
weren't
came
even
out.
expecting money.
We exactly. We could have came out with like $2
Yeah.
each, and it
Two.
would have been like,
Yeah.
I'm murdered. This is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Flipping. That's what's cool about Another Bar, the venue. Like, okay, every stage teaches you something different.
Yeah.
Like, facts. Another Bar, I think, for this comedy community, there's a couple other ones, but for me personally, Another Bar is that place to go where I want to work something out.
Yeah.
When like, I'm not going there to do a hardened set anymore.
Yeah.
Now I'm going like, all right, like, let me test this out because this is the audience
Exactly.
that comes here. This is the type of, but I love that place.
No, I love Another Bar. I love being the host over there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every host that has been on Another Bar, they do fucking great things, dog. And I think I know why. It's because that room is fucking special, dude. Like,
It's tough to get it going, but once you get it going,
dude, I have grown so much. I can tell I've grown. In my hosting is like second to none, I feel like.
no, I talk about you all the time to Claire Kelly. I'm like, like watching you grow from Another Bar, because like, I mean, we all grow from different things, but you had to host that venue from what, like post COVID?
It's during COVID.
During COVID?
During COVID.
You
Dude.
literally
I think
had
I started in 2021, like the beginning of 2021, because I stopped doing that other one at Marcus. So we had Gasa going. Alex Curo was doing Gasa.
Yes,
Marcus was doing Another Bar, and
Yeah.
I had the pizza place.
Where was the pizza?
You remember
place
on
at?
Elysian Fields, the pizza place, homegrown pizza?
Barely. I don't even think I went
It was
out
it was
during COVID.
it was our first Tuesday night mic that we had back, and then Marcus doubled down so we could do my mic, then Another Bar, and I stopped doing the Tuesday night mic over there for some weird reasons. Not weird reasons, but me and Jorge kind of like split. That's when we did our split. You know what I'm saying? So Marcus was like, "Look, you could take Another Bar, dude." And it was in 2020, I believe the beginning of 2021, because Alex moved out of Gasa. He took Gasa. Marcus took Gasa.
It flip-flopped around, but that was the plan that all you guys had set in motion, was that it would keep going through different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And too bad we don't have Gasa anymore. They want more music, which is
I mean,
upsetting.
it's fair.
But
Comedy will not. Comedy will always have a war with music that is a dying war. Like, we'll never win. We'll
No,
never
we won't.
win. Look,
because people
music's
have
too
to pay
powerful.
attention. Too many people want to. You got to pay attention for comedy, and you can go listen to music and just kind of like
I could have a show.
Now,
yeah.
comedy, some people, it is for some people, and it does bring a good crowd. But for Gasa, they want to sell tickets at the door, and maybe music brings more money than whenever we do. That's what we need to do, just a book show there.
Do a book show there and then promote our butts off. Because, like,
Yeah.
that's, I heard Chris Rock talking about this online one day. And that's a beautiful thing. You can just deep dive and learn about stand-up. But he explained, and if you've seen this and I get it wrong, let me know. But he explained that, like, comedians, we're competing. When you're at a venue, you're competing with whoever else is playing that venue.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not a competition all the time between us. You could look at it like that if you want to.
It's
but
competition for a date.
yeah, exactly, for a date. But for us, he was saying it on the level like, oh, if he plays Madison Square Garden, then, like, let's say, for example, like, I guess like the Rolling Stones plays a few days after that. He's competing with them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we're competing with music
Right.
at Gasa Gasa and at other venues too. And it's just like, we've got to bring it every time
Yeah.
if we want a spot like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And we could.
Yeah, we're definitely
We
doing that
could.
right now.
We definitely could.
But you're also like doing other like great things, bro. So wait, when's the festival? Before we keep moving on, because I want to get into you a little bit.
The festival is in August, late August. I know that, I believe one of the headliners at this time is Mark Norman.
Nice.
And when I saw that, I was like, cool, because, I mean, we're going there, or I'm going there to like learn and experience some stuff, and I have
Yeah.
never seen him in like live in action. I'm gonna like, if anything, I'm gonna go see what Portland, Maine is about. Really, restaurants, go walk around. And
Mark's great live, dude.
watch as a goddamn audience member.
Yeah, watch him, dog.
Yeah.
I met Mark once. I went to in the pandemic, dog. He did a show at Port Side.
Oh, that is
And
dope. In the
Bruffett bought like 4 tickets, and I was able, like, he gave me one, and dude, we went over there.
Little hole in the wall, right?
I mean, it's a nice venue, but it's like out there. It's like way by the river.
This
you know,
isn't-
it's by the river in Uptown. And
Okay, I think I might have the wrong spot there.
Port Side, I think is the name of
Okay,
it.
I think I'm on the wrong
But
spot.
Mark Norman packed that bitch out. But we got a ticket to the second show. So, they put my name at the place. Like, Brandon gave him my name when I came up. He was like, Pickle. It's so funny going up and be like, yo, you got a ticket for Pickle? And people like, yeah, you're Pickle. Yeah,
Miss Pickle.
yeah. So I get a ticket at the door. I get my stamp or whatever they gave me. And then I go to walk in the venue, and Mark Norman comes out the door, and it's just like, we're face to face, like me to you. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mark Norman. He's like, hey. I was like, what's up, dude? I'm a comic. And he was like, really? And we said something, and I was like, yes, sir. And he looked at me. He was like, oh, you don't have to call me sir. And we talked for another. I was like, my bad, but we talked for another like 10 seconds, and I was like, yes, sir, again. And then we both looked at each other and agreed with our eyes. It got weird and just kind of like went off about our business. It was a horrible experience. It was that's not the experience you want meeting a New Orleans legend. You know?
I'm a fan of those. Yeah, that's right. He's from New Orleans. Like,
Yeah.
that whole group, I guess, from New York. That like him, Nate Bargatze, Sam Morril, like freaking Dan Soder, like
Sean Patton.
Sean Patton, like, 'cause,
It's amazing up there. They got a good thing going
They
in
got a
New
good thing
York.
going,
New
bro.
York is an amazing hub.
I got a solid thing.
But
Of course.
we're talking about Mike Hall today. So where'd you grow up?
I grew up in South Central Los Angeles, California.
South Central Los
Yeah.
Angeles.
I say South Central because Los Angeles is huge, and it's like, no, don't get it twisted. I was there.
Okay.
I saw.
How many kids are in your family?
My immediate family, it's myself, my younger brother. He's about 10 years younger than me, and my cousin, but I call him my brother. We all call him my brother, and he's like 2 years younger than me.
He lived with you your whole
Yeah.
life?
Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, you're brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're there
Yeah.
every day.
Every day.
Your blood.
We hate you just as much as we hate each other. And we'll do anything for you.
You had your mom and your dad there the whole time? Or
Nah.
single parent?
Single parent and dad popped up occasionally, like, hey, nigga, you still alive? All right, peace. All right, see you in 6 years.
All right. So what'd your mom do for a living?
My mom was a nurse. She used to take care of a World War II veteran named Mr. Kerwood.
Mr. Kerwood.
So Mr. Kerwood was the first white person I had ever met. At least that I could remember. Like, I remember seeing him, and I'm just like, oh, I've seen people like you, but on TV.
Oh, shit.
I've never met one of you in person before.
The legend is true.
Yeah, but she used to take care of Mr. Kerwood. Yeah, man. It was good.
Okay. Did Mr. Kerwood say crazy things to you?
He was cool. He told me World War II stories like every other person that had been in World War II. And
Okay.
but I remember going to their house and I saw.
I never met a guy from that. I met a Vietnam vet.
This dude was like, he was so old. You ever meet those people that are so old they all they do is wear their military uniform, or they wear
Kind of,
like
yeah.
something similar. It's like, damn, why are you still wearing that? And he's just like, oh, I'm still a flying ace. Like, some
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's 2022, bro.
Oh shit.
But that's their fashion. That was him. And
Yeah.
his house was the first house I'd ever seen a tree house at.
Okay.
And it was the first time I'd ever seen Star Wars. They invited us over for Thanksgiving. And I saw little white kids, a tree house, and they were playing Star Wars. And I was like, oh, my God. this is like what's on TV.
Yeah. White people shit.
White people shit. They got a real tree house. I'm about to rob them niggas.
That South Central mentality came over. Gotcha,
It's like,
bro.
man, they got lightsabers. I like them. No, but it was cool, man. Yeah. That's cool.
That's what's up, bro. How'd you do in school?
In school, I was like, I mean, I think in elementary, I was like I feel like I was average. In high school, I started failing a lot. And then 11th grade, that's when they told me, like, oh, if you don't start getting your act together, you won't graduate. And then I got, like, straight A's miraculously. Or whatever my grades were at that time. They were good enough to be like, the teachers were like, oh, you were just being lazy.
Yeah.
The whole time. But elementary was cool. Junior high was cool. High school was cool. I was a nerd. The whole time. Like, I didn't hang out with cool kids.
Yeah.
I was with the black kids that watched anime.
Okay.
Like, I was those guys. I played video games.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
Killing it.
It's like, yo, this is my generation. This is the
Yeah.
group I think I'm in.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Yeah, man. That was our Dragon Ball Z and
Dragon
Blitz.
Ball Z. Wait, what was Blitz?
Football, Nintendo 64.
See, I
and
wasn't.
Pokemon.
but see-
Pokemon, too.
But see, do you see that separation of cool? you said,
I
yeah,
mean,
man.
listen.
But like you looked at me like I should have known. Like Blitz, you don't. And then I'm just like, what do you do? Is that another anime?
Mario. Well, how about this? Mario Kart. Fucking-
Mario Kart,
Mario
yeah.
Kart was the shit. This Nintendo 64 stuff. You had a 64?
I had the 64.
Did you have you ever played Bad Fur Day?
I didn't play Bad Fur Day.
Bad Fur Day was my favorite 64 game because it was the first. It was the very first game that ever cursed. It said shit in it. It was the very first game that ever cursed, bruh. It was and I have it to this day. Like somebody gave it to me. I don't know where it got from. If you look up Bad Fur Day, this game by itself is worth like $200 to $500.
And it was. Wait a minute. What was
Today.
Bad Fur Day? That was the title. Of,
That was the game, Bad Fur
I
Day.
keep thinking I'm trying to remember a video.
It's
game
like a
that-
fucking rabbit or something shit like that, and you go around and do missions in this world.
It wasn't like someone's Bad Fur Day.
No, but he
was
would be
Bad
like,
Fur Day.
"Oh shit, I need fucking." I know, you know, it might have been a squirrel. I don't exactly remember the character.
Yeah, no, I think I know exactly. You're talking about Dagnabbit. I'll never see. I'm my grandfather because I just said Dagnabbit, and
That's
it
that
was
World
distinction.
War II vet coming out.
He was Korean War, but yeah, same.
Dagnabbit.
Dagnabbit. I know exactly what it is you're talking about. That video
Yeah.
game. I did play it.
See, we
N64,
same generation.
It is because the '90s and the 2000s. That's when like being a cool kid and a nerd overlap. Like being.
It did.
It just.
It did because.
all the cool stuff.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I hung out with nerds. I hung out with everybody. I hung out with like jocks. I hung out with fucking the bad kids, the smart kids. Dude, growing up, I was always with the smart kids. You know what I mean? Because I was smart too, but I was like a troubled child. Like I was one of those kids that needed to be challenged in a classroom because I will not care at all. Like if I don't catch interest or if I know it too much, I'll just I'll be a troubled child.
I did get I just remembered this. For anybody that that watches this and for some reason like can pinpoint the date that this happened, I said I got chased around by a whole bunch of like gang members in my high school. I say gang members because everyone was under 18, so it could have just been some clique that they said was a gang, but really wasn't a gang.
Okay.
But somewhere along the line, these kids was like, I made a joke about Crips. I like made fun of Crips because I thought the whole idea of it was stupid. I
Yeah.
still think it is. But so I made fun of it, and then someone said, Mike said he was a Crip. I said, I didn't say that, which is the issue that most comics get into today. Like,
Oh, yeah.
people don't listen to what they say.
Yeah.
And man, all these kids chased me, like from one end of the school to the other, and
Wow.
I like got away from them, and the coach was like, "You could be on track. You should probably beat everybody."
We have discovered a new talent.
Jesus Christ, like And I tried out for the football team right after that. Everyone just gave me hell, but they all loved it. They thought I was hilarious.
Did you get on the football team?
I did, but then I quit. I didn't want to do it anymore because I thought I was going to get hurt, and then after I quit, the guy that replaced me got hurt. So I was like,
I quit. And in middle school, I was on the football team for the school, and I quit because we sucked. We didn't. The only game we won was a scrimmage, and I was like, it was the last game of the season we were about to do, and I was like, "Hey, coach, look." And no, you know what happened? I got in trouble in school, and I got an after-school detention. And when I went to practice that day, they took away all my gear and made my fat ass get into a small girdle. You understand? Like, it took me 20 minutes to get into a small girdle, and I couldn't move. I was like, no, this isn't happening. Y'all not torturing me for a losing season. Go fuck yourself.
Like, I was always a nerd. Like this kid, or not kid, sorry. I was the kid, and then it was like, I was in weightlifting.
Yeah.
I was in weightlifting, and I don't know what you would call the teacher for that, a coach or whatever it was. He put extra weights. When you see, this is how like uneducated I am on lifting. Dumbbells? Is it dumbbells or is it press? It's the bar with the big roundy thing.
Yeah, that's press. That's bench press.
Bench press. He put the producers are like laughing. It's like, it's true though. I'm like, yeah, man. You know, like the things that look like donuts with a stick in between them. It's like this guy kept putting on extra weight, and I said, I can't do it. And he said, no, man, it's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. And then that's when I think my teenage brain was just like, man, give up. Because this guy is telling you it's in your mind like fucking Morpheus off of like in the Matrix. Put that back. I probably should have kept doing that, though. Now that
Working
I think working out. My dad is huge. And I'm just like, oh, man, I could have probably achieved that.
Dude, you honestly don't need that much weight to work out with that much weight to gain muscle, like build muscle. People think you gotta like lift 30, 40, 50 pounds with dumbbells. Like, nah, you don't, bro. Dude, like when I slim down and I work out and shit, I have this uncle who's fucking huge. You know, I mean, like he used to run his own platoon and shit like that. He's German as a motherfucker, and he's huge, dude. And when I slim down and work out, I got his build. You know what I'm saying? It is like you don't need much weight to get there. You just gotta need consistency. That's what it is.
And now that I'm like in my early 30s, because you know you start thinking about death. It's hard not to think about death. I started working out a lot, so I used resistance bands.
It took you to your 30s?
It took me to my 30s,
I was
bro.
doing that shit when I was like 14, 15. I was like...
No, because like I started,
that's good.
I started feeling it, bro. Like you know you're getting older where you're walking, and then you're like, knee just goes out. And you're just walking. I don't even remember what I was doing. I was just having a day. I was just walking and having a day, and then like my knee just pinched. It felt like a sharp pain.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait a minute. And then that's life. And I'm like, I got to start stretching. I've got to start,
Yeah. Stretching does help.
Like,
stretching is a big help, dude.
It's like my friends hit me up to hang out, party for the Pride weekend here in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about gay people. Hanging out with gay people, they're the biggest partiers.
Oh, they party animals.
Party animals. So it's like, at like 11, I was like, yo, guys. And I say guys because it's a bunch of women. This is a bunch of hardcore lesbians. That's just who I hang out with.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, we're going to go to a few more bars. I'm like, look, I'm going home, and I'm about to probably watch a cooking show. I don't know about you. But it's like, you bitches are going hard in the paint, and I can't do it. It's like, where were you during Black History Month? You didn't party with me this hard. Fuck. I mean, Jesus Christ. And women just get party and they go after bitches. And I'm just like, I'm the sensible one. I'm like, y'all, can we just not, like, she's clearly a whore. Like, Diana, let her go.
Oh my
shit.
God. Yeah, they'll out
Uh,
party you, and
uh.
they'll take it offense if you try to out party them. They're like, oh yeah, bitch, watch this.
I can't do it anymore.
I can't do it anymore either, bro. I'm old now. You know, I did that shit for a long time. So I
Yeah.
don't I don't try anymore.
It's
I
like
don't.
I see comics. One thing that I appreciate seeing at your mic, and that I've started to see at other mics, it's kind of like it's an interesting situation. Comics are starting to drink less or not at all before their sets.
Yes.
That is amazing, and that
Yeah.
needs to happen every time.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel,
Drinking.
yeah, I feel people who want to drink, take some edge off. I feel that cool, but comics in this scene, it's so easy to drink in New Orleans.
Yeah.
It's the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing in the world to go up and do your set after even you drank a little bit.
Oh yeah, I
It's
can
tough.
imagine. I've never
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah. So there you go. And then I think people have adopted that, not just from you, but from Troy.
Yeah. Other people who don't like Ryan as well.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? He's sober. That's what it is. I think they're people are catching on to what we're doing. They're like, oh, this dude might smoke weed, but he's not getting fucking
Yeah,
drunk.
I probably hit the. But you know what though? Even the weed, I was talking with Claire Kelly.
Yeah.
She's a new comic, dude, and I actually think it's really cool that she wants to learn.
Yeah. She's very funny too.
She's very funny. She wants to learn, because you see a lot of people that just hang out, and it's cool.
Right.
But she wants to learn. So the other day we were talking about smoking weed before a set,
Yeah.
and then we were like, we probably shouldn't do that. Both of us at the same time, and then I was like, we both just agree you want to be your most honest. I think you want to be on your P's and Q's. You want to be as sharp as
Definitely.
possible, and weed takes away so much of that.
It's what I do now is I used to fucking not give a fuck. I would get completely high and shit. But I've grown to the point where I'm okay with smoking before, but I don't smoke. I'll only smoke weed before an open mic. If I got a booked show, I'm not fucking
No.
2 hours before I stop smoking.
I will say,
Cause I do smoke all fucking day long. That's my. But an hour and a half, 2 hours before, I'll stop smoking and get into my prep mode. And when I go do a book show, a paid show, I'm in there. You know what I mean? Cause being present in that moment
yeah.
is what really matters.
Okay, you see me at the mics a lot. Sometimes instead of drinking or smoking, I'll bring sushi, I'll bring pizza, I'll bring some food. I'll try to
Yeah.
eat on that, or I'll smoke. But like you said, book shows, right?
Hmm.
I went to Houston. First time going to Houston. I saw how good the comics was at Secret Group. Best of the Secret Group.
Congratulations on booking that show too.
Well, I
bro.
mean, everyone. I think that a lot of us out here could go out, but it's just a means of getting out there, and then
Yeah, I'm going to Houston with Marcus.
their scene is so legit. I think.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I didn't drink, didn't smoke for all those open mics. I get there, I see them perform. I find out I'm going up last. It's 5 killers,
Yeah.
just killers, and by killer number 3, I remember looking, and I was like, shit, they wanted me to go last. Now I did well at the show, I did, but that night I feel like every comic would have laughed at me because I don't drink, and I went right to the bartender and was like, yo man, can I get double Jack and Coke? These guys are good.
Yeah.
I need to
Dude, I love that, going to other
Dude.
scene and seeing who's the best ones over there.
I mean, I think it's a lot of good comics out there. And their scene is when I see other scenes that got their shit together,
Yeah.
I think New Orleans is on its way there.
Oh, we definitely are.
And I'm just like, yo, some people move to different places, but it's like, yeah, y'all can move to different places. I want to work on my thing. And when I see these other scenes, I'm like, that's what we want. That's the goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the goal. Is to
That's
have
the
your
goal.
scene popping.
Right.
For, and everybody contributed.
And New Orleans is getting that, dude. We're doing a great job of putting it out there now. Like I told you, this
Our
is,
shows are dope.
yeah, we are. We fucking kill shows, bro. And it's we deserve to fucking be recognized. So that's what we're doing, baby.
Yeah.
We getting Mike Hall some recognition today.
Where's that son of a bitch? He owes me money.
So look, did you have any stage influences whenever you were in school? Did you ever get on stage and do anything?
Throughout my life, it was peppered in there. I was Martin Luther King in elementary. I was Quasimodo in
Okay.
elementary.
So plays and stuff.
Yeah, in little plays, high school. I was a sailor in cabaret, whatever the fuck.
Okay.
Shit like that. Then I went to. Nothing really influenced me to do stand up though until like I got to meet Dane Cook.
Really?
Yeah, my mom took us to
He was one of my earliest influences.
for a lot of cats. And look, people give
For our age, like he came
Right.
out, he came up in MySpace
Look.
with that special in our high school time. You know,
Vicious Circle.
I think
it was
that's
Vicious
what,
Circle.
dude. It was
Dane Cook,
amazing.
for anyone, I feel like, and people could argue this. People are, in my personal opinion, that was like our Andrew Dice Clay. I think
He was.
And
You
that's
know what?
and-
That's a
and
great
this-
way.
And that's not saying that Dane is like. That's not like saying anything negative. It's just that Dane Cook rocked Madison Square Garden. I think
Yeah.
a few times,
Oh yeah,
and it crushed.
yeah.
It's like so. Exactly. I say, and Andrew Dice Clay did the same thing. And
Yeah.
but my mom took us to the Laugh Factory for Thanksgiving. They were doing a Thanksgiving giveaway, and I remember walking up in there and I saw like, I saw a bunch of comics that I had
Yeah.
seen on TV. At like the age of 16, I didn't know really what stand up was. Like I had an idea. Because when you're young, you just see people go up on stage and
You had the Laugh Factory in L.A.
yeah.
Okay.
So I was in my late teens. I didn't really know what stand up was. I thought basically it was actors who did this. I don't know what I thought, but I thought like it was pretty much actors who did this who did comedy in their spare time.
Okay.
As silly as that was, because I was a teenager, I never like deep dived and learned about it.
Right.
So I see Paul Mooney, and
Legend.
legend, and like I'm a kid, so this is the 2000s. At this point in time, I don't know everything about Paul Mooney.
Yeah.
I just know what I know from like certain black movies that I've seen growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them, but just a certain amount. So I go up there to him, and he just like, as I introduce myself, he just like doesn't say anything. He doesn't respond. He just looks right through me. Right, scary moment.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I'm like, damn, he just straight up ignored me. And I like walk back to the line with my plate. I'm like, damn, Paul Mooney just didn't. He did all right, cool. And then I get in line, and then Dane Cook sees this and says, hey, man, he's like that sometimes. What did you want to know about stand-up? And I'm like, everything. And he's like, all right, come with me outside. And he like tells me as much as he possibly can about stand-up.
You had a conversation with Dane Cook.
I Instagrammed him like 6 months ago and told him that he like low-key inspired me. Like, yeah, a lot of people inspire me, but he like was one of those main factors.
Okay.
Motherfucker hit me back
Yeah.
at your fucking show. I think I was like standing outside of another bar when he hit me up.
What?
And I was like, oh snap. I was like, Dan Cook just messaged me back. And then my girl at the time was just
That's
like, what are you
amazing.
gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I'm like, what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm about to take my phone out, sit down, and beat off. Like,
Right. Like that's getting a text from the pretty girl in high school.
basically,
What?
I was like, you've never made me this hard. No. But yeah, man, dude told me everything. And after that, that's what made me think about getting on the stage.
That's amazing. Bro.
Yeah.
That's fire.
I was like addicted, thinking about that shit every day.
So what's the main? Do you remember the main point in the conversation that he told y'all had?
He said, write every day. He said, whatever it is. He was like, write every day. Try to get up on stage as much as possible. It doesn't matter where you're at. And I remember thinking too, like, I was like, yeah, but I'm not in New York. And he was like, it doesn't matter where you are. He was like, find some stages and get up and perform.
Yeah.
He was like, they're called open mics. See, I had never known that shit. And I don't think the general population doesn't really know.
They don't. They don't.
To
Let me
them,
tell you.
it's just like, oh, I'm going to go up and go tell jokes. It's like, no. You got to work at this.
I didn't know that shit. Yeah.
You got to sit down or do whatever you do, but write, perform, watch other comics and stuff like that.
Right.
So
you
it was
gotta
like,
you gotta
yeah.
have the discipline to sit there And in between like 40 comics, I see you over there dancing. We gotta get him in that medium shirt, dog.
Oh man.
Oh, Earl.
Oh,
Shout
man.
out Earl. What's that, Earl? Booth boy.
Oh,
What was I talking about? Oh yeah, you gotta have the discipline to sit there between 40 fucking comics and learn to go up when it's your turn
Learn,
and
exactly.
do it night after night after fucking night after night
Mm-hmm.
and get that discipline in life.
And it is discipline because, like, I remember for a long time, I was just like, and I know other comics would be like, yeah, the fuck you definitely were. I would, like, just not watch anybody and then just do my set and then leave.
Yeah.
So that was me for a cool minute.
So
yeah.
we don't have that much time, but I want to get to some things.
Mhm.
Like, so when was the first time you got on stage? You remember that?
That was 2009. I don't know the exact day because I didn't start doing it seriously until I got here. But my first day was like 2009, close to my birthday in September.
Okay.
So
you remember that experience?
It was horrible. It was trash. I went up in front of a bunch of black professional comics,
Oof.
2 of which had like credits on a couple of Adult Swim TV shows.
Ugh.
One guy was just a straight murderer. I think one dude, and I'm not name dropping, I think one guy may have been Ali Sadiq. And because he sat down and he was just the greatest storyteller I had ever seen in just
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 open mics of going or whatever.
He just put out a special on YouTube.
I know. I don't.
It was amazing.
Maybe it wasn't him because now that I think
He's
about
one of my
it,
favorites.
Ali came up in Texas, so this might have been a different guy. But all these comics were murdering, and I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
None. So I only went to like 3 open mics in LA,
Ah.
and then I just stopped until I went back to college in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I remember one thing early on in this our comedy scene, which really made me have respect for you, was when you came up to me and was like, "Hey, man, don't leave Louisiana until you know you're funny." And that
Facts.
was one of the biggest fucking pieces of advice I take everywhere with me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't leave Louisiana until I knew I had a few jokes. You know what I mean? But when I left during the pandemic, we had to branch out of Louisiana.
You went to freaking
I would
Georgia?
I would go to Mississippi. That's after Ida. But I would go to Mississippi, dude. Me and Bruffett had fucking open mics planned out from state to state, 7 days a week almost.
Because what else are you gonna do? Do
Yeah.
that, yeah.
And
yeah.
that's how we really cut my teeth. I took the jokes that I had written by that time. You were
Mm-hmm.
also the first person to book me on a show.
Was it Brew Carré?
It was Vu Carré, and we were supposed to do it March 13th, the day the city shut down.
Oh my God!
That
I
was
remember
supposed to
that.
be my first book show
I'm
that
sure
I
we all
ever.
remember that day.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do. I was pissed off. I was like still trying to do the show. I'm like, so we doing the show? You know, like Eric was like, nah, bro, we're not doing the show.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I was working on a Disney TV show in the office of a Disney TV show called Silver Springs. This is how you know something is big, is when our boss for that office, he was a production coordinator. He was on the phone all day, and we was like, "Why you been on the phone all day? You ain't talking to nobody." And he was like, "No, I'm on the phone with Disney." And we were like, "Yeah, which part of Disney?" He was like, "The Disney that you call when you're the head of a television show."
yeah.
He was like, "The Disney." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And he was like, "We all have to go home right now." It was the most terrifying moment in film. We were like, "Who can stop the mouse?" Like, who can do that?
But I do want to thank you for that, dude, because I don't know, that inspired me to keep fucking going.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying? Just to have that book. I never got to do the show, but I did the set I was going to do in the pandemic for a room full of people, which I destroyed and it sparked everything.
Dude, the reason why myself, Eric, AJ, and Marcus, like, when we put that show together, it was to give people an opportunity to, like, it's so, like, people who had never, who had just gotten their fire, it's really hard to get on some of these book shows.
Yeah.
And that's-
Especially in our older scene, bro.
especially in the older scene, and also in general. Like, it's hard.
Yeah, in general.
In general,
too,
it's hard
but-
to get booked on anything unless you're, like, in that scene and you know people.
Yeah.
But this show was a good gateway to be like, yo, we've been watching you. Because we would watch people. Like, yo,
Yeah.
we watched you for a few weeks. We know you got a tight 5. Come on in. Like, and that was it, man.
Yeah, I remember the first time you actually noticed me. It was at Buddha Belly, dude. Cause you went up and you bombed. You were like, "Fuck it, I'm just getting off stage."
I probably definitely bombed at Buddha Belly.
And I got up there and I started fucking killing the room. And it was
Dude,
like when I first got funny, and I felt good afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm glad my death,
your death brought me
my
life.
death of 1,000 deaths could make you happy. Like, it's like I'm in the corner crying, just like this open micer is murdering right now. Oh my God, is that my wife looking at me? Oh.
Oh man, look, I love you to death, bro, and I appreciate you coming on this show today. Where can
Thank
people
you.
find you? What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Mike_comedy.
Mike Ha _comedy. Go follow him. Go check out like any show he's on. Come to another bar. He's always at another bar. Show him the shirt one more time, Mike.
Oh yeah, man, I got this cool Another Bar shirt.
Make sure you subscribe, like, share this episode if you love it, and also put comments in the bottom to get a free shirt, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Put your pH balance in the comments, and hopefully you get to
When you say pH balance too, by the way.
Pickles' house.
Copy that.
Yeah, it's a double, triple meaning.
I was gonna say, because I've definitely made a few girls go like this. This nigga fucked up my pH balance. And you know you did a good job when they stay with you after that happens.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Pickles'
God.
house, baby.
Pickles'
Thank you,
house.
Mike, for coming in. I appreciate you,
man.
brother.
This
And
was
you
dope.
guys have a good day, good evening, good day.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in. Later.
Beautiful.